becomes undefeated prospect. Thomas Solorio, some homage to Dustin Poirier in that walkout song, but 2-0, 2 finishes in 2024, and that's what makes this matchup so intriguing. Solorio definitely legit when it comes to prospects, but he's a former baseball player, he's a catcher growing up. You got to have good reflexes and eyes to play that position as you do in MMA, but both of these guys are physically imposing, big for this weight class, and like matchmaker Chris Gregory stated, someone's O is going to go in this fight. Definitely going to have to deal with the wrestling that's coming his way from Justice Compton. We'll see how he elects to deal with that, but so far he's been perfect in that amateur career.
And not a lot of time in the cage with 2 first-round finishes. Let's see if Justice Compton can be the first person to make it out of the first round.
And his opponent out of the red corner, Justice Compton.
People are still talking about the impressive debut of Justice Compton. He's right back to it to top the last performance where he dominated it on the mat. But not many can compete with this guy on the ground, and that's what excites fans about him. Is his grappling and wrestling is so advanced for this point in his career. He shot so early in that first fight, almost right as the round started. But I can't wait to see what his game plan is for this one when he's got a dangerous finisher in front of him like Solorio. He has some experience now, and is it more of the same, or is Solorio the guy that's going to be the answer to that wrestling grappling question?
Strong corner for Justice Compton. Ryan Mossberg, Andrew Brown. Hard to feel unconfident with guys like that standing behind you. And this kid exudes confidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 4th bout of the evening is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man holds a perfect record of 2 victories across 0 defeats. Representing La Selva MMA, by way of Wichita, Kansas, please welcome Thomas Solorio. And across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This man also holds a perfect record with 1 victory and 0 defeats. Representing Mossberg Boxing and Arise Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, by way of Pittsburgh, Kansas, please welcome Justice Compton.
Big dudes for 170, touch of the gloves, and we're off. Compton takes the middle of the cage. As you said, he's got Mossberg in his corner of Mossberg Boxing. Definitely been working on that stand-up. Compton has the grappling pedigree, and we're starting to see it here in round 1.
Nice little split 2 there to kind of gauge the movement. Thomas Solorio.
There's always that danger factor. You can tell Solorio's thinking about it. Is when is Justice Compton going to elect to take this to the ground? And there it is.
First shot. Good sprawl. Ooh, great little crackdown there.
All he needed was that single leg and got him in control. See how Solorio does off his back here early. A lot of people in attendance to see Justice Compton tonight.
Thomas Solorio working the high guard. Not allowing Justice Compton to posture. Does have his toes in the cage briefly. It's one of those little speeding on the highway tricks. You get caught, baby, but they're all doing it.
Yeah, a bit of a stalemate here on the ground so far. See Compton trying to posture up, get some shots off, but Solorio doing a good job, like you stated, Justin.
Yeah, Solorio got to be tough. There's a Darso attempt there shortly.
Ooh, slick back take for a moment, but Solario's back up.
Nice mat return attempt. Threw the hook in and just sat him all the way through.
Oh, wow.
Great transition here. Doesn't have it quite yet.
He's got the body triangle, though, Justin. That's really tight on the midsection of Solorio. He's riding that back, too. There's some shots. You can see this is Justice Compton's world right here on the ground where he is the most comfortable.
He's got that far leg fed. Doing a good job staying behind the shoulders. Thomas Solorio staying alive.
Yep, just keeping that body lock.
Don't have much of a vantage point here, but checking the cameras here. Thomas Solorio pulling down that top arm. Staying alive for the time being.
Yep, doing a good job right now of staying safe, but you know, this is just a spot he did not want to be in here in round number 1 with Compton, but
officially the longest fight of both gentlemen's careers.
Yep, these guys are good prospects. Makes sense, but it's a short time, only 3 minutes, and I think we're going to make it. Finally lets the body lock go.
Yeah, sometimes when they sit up like that, he almost locks it in. And Solorio had to let him uncoil it there to get the finish.
See some action in round number 1. Compton circled to the back. Solorio was able to get up for a moment, but then there's that big power takedown. That arm post was scary, but all good. But it's good news for Compton in his second fight, having more success with the grappling. It's just proven, you know, how advanced it is.
Yeah, great little crack down there from the single leg. Ended up chasing the back and spending the rest of the round there. Thomas Solorio from Wichita, Kansas. Making a long journey here tonight in Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, good left hand by Compton. There's some kicks by Solorio. Keep up the middle. Good low kick. Extended the fingers right there for a moment, but there's Compton right back in on a takedown.
Hands together. That's deep. Wow, great hips from Thomas Solorio, but back to the little crackdown. Ran the pipe.
Yeah, that's just special stuff by Compton right there. Get the single leg and then corral your opponent.
Solorio looking like he's going to use his guillotine to try and stand up.
Yeah, got to his knees, but there's Compton taking the back just so quickly. And that's just where he's comfortable at. It's where he's good at. There's a good roll through by Solorio, but still didn't get Compton quite enough away from him.
He's got the high hips, though. He's going to end up on top.
Wow, you're right, Justin. Beautiful work by Solorio right there. Now, this may be a little bit more unfamiliar to Justice Compton, is being on his back. We'll see how he works up from this position. Solorio going to look to land some punishing shots as he does, right on the chin.
Not moving. Thomas Solorio heavy on top so far. Justice Compton electing to close the guard, though. Yeah, he's got to put his feet on the hips and start to get away.
These are big shots by Solorio, too, and it's exactly what he needs to do once he gets Compton in this position.
Yeah, Solorio
He's make him pay.
Just mean as heck on top right now. Half butterfly. from Justice Compton here on bottom. It looks like he's got a deep half guard hook over there on the, underhooking that leg for a second. Just really allowed himself to get teed off now.
Yeah, it's a great equalizer right there on the ground. Compton's not familiar with being on the back too often. But that one slight scramble, that's just the only time where the opportunity presented itself, and Solorio took advantage of it. Solorio falls right back in the guard.
25 seconds left. Justice Thompson just keeping the guard completely closed. Especially right here when he starts to posture, you got to create some space. He's posturing, you got to take those feet to the hips, but maybe he's tired.
He did try to for a moment. We'll make it to the end of the round number 2, but that's a big, big round for Thomas Solorio.
Thomas Solorio really did a great job. There was a big, big single leg again from Justice Compton. Thomas Solorio waiting it out, playing the high hip game. Great little Granby roll, ended up on top. And some of these shots he lands here with this cross frame when he postures, I mean, these were just nothing but violence.
Yeah, huge shots right there. You saw that one right on the chin of Compton. And he had a lot more of that in round number 2, having him success and likely taking the round there.
Yeah, definitely the more impactful shots, more impactful grappling going to Thomas Solorio. Even though he was on the wrong end of the takedown, he ended up on top, had the most damage, had the most submission attempts.
And it's got to be a for sure 1-to-1 fight here. I think Compton did enough right in the back in round 1, and then a lot more success for Solorio in round 2.
Well, that calf turned immediately red.
Yeah, these are big dudes for big prospects for 170. Some feints from Compton right there. Right hand just glances off the head of Compton from Solorio.
Solorio in the southpaw stance right now.
And Compton going forward. Side kick. Oh, wow. Perfectly timed spinning kick. But it allowed Compton to get in on this grappling exchange.
Solorio looking for the high hips again. Hesitated for just a second, allowed that hook to get in, but he shed it on the bottom side.
Yep. It's such a short moment in the fight that could mean the most, and who could take advantage of it. And right there, Solorio does, but Compton doing a good job not accepting the position, trying to get a triangle attempt up there. But Solorio doing a good job passing it off.
He's close. Got the elbow. Now it's free.
And he's going to pay for it, too. There's Solorio with the ground and pound again, ending up on top. And if you're Compton, with these short rounds, you got to work up to your feet, almost immediately here. It's the biggest moment in round number 3.
Working that overhook, but he's a little flat on his back here. As Justice Compton, he's got to start to get to a hip, create an angle so he can either A, put his feet on the hips and start to get up, or start to extract his bottom leg and build height. Look at the calf of Justice Compton, just completely purple.
Yeah, that's a strong guy in Solorio. These shots do not feel good. But he's about 30 seconds away, and some more success from potentially taking the O from Justice Compton. He's working towards a statement here. Like you said, Justin, the close guard of Compton. He's going to have to work up to his feet. There's a body shot by Solorio. And he's just doing a good job floating on top still.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really have to do much here. There's not a threat of the stand-up from Justice Compton. You're up, you know, up in the round. No need to take a risk against a guy who's a finisher.
There's Solorio very fired up after that performance. Rounds 2 and 3 were very impressive from that 2-0 prospect. He's looking to take that third victory back to Wichita, as we'll see in the replay here. There's Compton going forward. Just that one slight moment in the grappling of who's going to come out on top. That was the deciding factor of this fight, and Solorio won those battles. See Compton initiating it there, and Solorio ended up on top.
Thomas Solorio coming into enemy territory.
He's fired up.
A little fired up.
I love it.
That is for sure. Big victory, though, you know. Down in round 1. Comes back, rallies. Has some
Ladies and gentlemen,
great
let's hear it one
scrambles.
more time for these two warriors. Our fourth fight of the evening goes the distance, and the decision is unanimous. Your winner out of the blue corner, Thomas Solorio.
Three and 0, Thomas Solorio. La Selva MMA in Derby, Kansas' own.
Yeah, you said it. It's a big victory right there.